Eleison Comments by M.G.R. Williamson. Numbered Xley 8th, 648. December 14, 2019. Youth Uprising. The best of action starts with faith and mass. Then tons of rosaries, then get off your backside. Wherever complicated and controversial ideas are being introduced to the public at large, it must be a classic technique of propagandists to focus people's attention on some striking image which will remain in their minds to carry with it the new message. Here was surely the part designed to be played by the statues of Pachamama which were highlighted from beginning to end of the recent Synod of Bishops held in Rome, supposedly to advise the Pope on the future of the Catholic Church. The Pope himself said that they were statues of Mother Earth, in other words pagan idols. They certainly caught the attention of Catholics. A young Austrian man and his friend threw 5 of them into the river Tiber. The interview he gave afterwards to John Henry Weston of LifeSite News was highly edifying, and amidst the encircling gloom it deserves to be reproduced here, albeit abbreviated and adapted, as usual. Alexander Tchugul is 26 years old, was married only this summer and lives in the center of Vienna. What motivated you to throw out the idols? Did you think of the possible consequences for yourself? With my wife I took an interest in the Synod. We visited the church where Amazonian exhibits were on display. I immediately saw the Pachamama statues as being idols breaking the first commandment. My motive for acting was simple: get them out of the Catholic Church, get paganism out of the Catholic sanctuary. As for consequences, I never thought what an impact throwing them out would have. I thought, truly serious consequences are, not getting to heaven. In comparison, this act was not too much for me. Do you mind telling us about your life in the Catholic faith? I only became a Catholic when I converted at the age of 15 from Lutheranism. The more I investigated the Catholic faith, the more beautiful it became. I can no longer imagine not being Catholic. How did you prepare spiritually to throw out the idols? With a great deal of prayer. Many rosaries every day, and daily mass if possible. We prayed right up to entering the church to throw out the idols, and even while we were throwing them out. Spiritual preparation was everything. Without the prayer, the act would have been impossible. Were you scared of the authorities, of breaking the law, of possible confrontations over the idols? We were not looking for a fight, just to get the idols out of the church. We entered the church the moment it opened, just to avoid confrontation. We were neither stealing for personal use, nor seeking publicity. If any prosecution was to follow, we trusted in calm and prayer to deal with it, if and when it happened. How did you react later when the Pope as Bishop of Rome apologized for your treatment of the idols? Firstly, he called them Pachamama, so they really were idols. Secondly, we acted not against the people of Amazonia, but for them to have the real Catholic religion. Holy Father, please understand. We simply do not want idols in the church. We want the church to follow Jesus Christ and church tradition. Many people would say, you simply hate Pope Francis. I would never hate the Pope. I want to hate nobody. He needs our prayer and our humble help every day to make it easier for him to understand us. If the Synod is to help him, why cannot the laity help him? Your act sparked valor all over the church. Even high churchmen called your act heroic. I am flattered, but what we did was never about us. We only meant to do what was right in the eyes of God. The first commandment forbids bowing down in front of any graven image. That bowing down is exactly what happened in the Vatican Gardens. You followed the Synod. What about it, and what about its outcome? It announced that it would deal with closed questions, like married priests and women priests, which made me suspicious. Then the whole political side of the Synod came into focus. It was a big mixture of wrong ideas in faith and politics. But the Synod was only to advise. Now they are saying it is to be applied, for instance in Germany. People must realize, behind the synod was the whole globalist agenda. You have taken action. How do you advise other young folk like yourself to go into action? Visit the nearest most traditional church. Pray tons of rosaries. Read up on the church's philosophy and history. Talk to family, parish, friends. Speak up. Join pro-life, pro-family, help your priest, and so on. Kyrie eleison.